Hello my fellow menopausal dog pros. So for the last few weeks I have been talking to you about hormones and HRT. But what if you don't want to take HRT? What if you want to have a natural menopause? What if you can't take HRT because you've got or you've had a hormonal cancer and your consultant has advised against it? Well, there's lots you can do to help yourself with nutrition and lifestyle changes. The thing is though, if you're taking HRT but drinking a bottle of wine a night or eating rubbish ultra-processed foods, then although replacing your missing hormone should of course make you feel better, you still won't feel half as energetic and good as you could. Nutrition is a huge subject and I'm not a qualified nutritionalist, but I am a qualified dog trainer. So I have some ideas about how minds, dog and human, work. When I researched this subject for my book, I found it easier to break things down into groups. So the first group of foods I want to talk to you about this week is sugar. Now this is a really difficult one because sugar is addictive and it took me ages to cut it out of my diet. So let me explain first of all what sugar does to you. When your blood sugar drops, your body releases adrenaline and cortisol. This maintains us in that fight or flight response. So it's vitally important that we keep our blood sugar levels balanced every day. Our bodies are alerted to a health risk if blood sugar levels fluctuate. Eating sugary foods means a blood sugar spike and insulin is released as a response. Insulin takes the excess sugar in the blood and transports it to the liver to be stored. If you eat too much sugar, the liver may be unable to hold it. And guess where it's stored? Yep, as fat. And in us menopausal women, that's often around our middle. After you eat sugar, you may get what's known as a crash, where the blood sugar level drops. This can make you feel tired, shaky or anxious and crave more sugar. I used to feel really shaky. Cortisol and adrenaline are then released to get the liver to release the stored sugar into your bloodstream. At this point, you may start hunting around for a chocolate bar, piece of cake or a glass of wine to help balance things out for yourself. But if you find your cake and eat it, you have a double sugar level to cope with in your body. So can you see how this goes round and round in never-ending circles until you break the chain? The thing is, research shows that sugar and refined carbs hit your bloodstream and spike your sugar levels. And a raised blood sugar creates an inflammatory response in the body. So as a menopausal dog pro, we may already have joints and muscles that hurt us just by the work we do. So cutting out sugar and doing everything we can to reduce inflammation can only be a good thing. That's so that we can continue to do the job we love for as long as we want. So how do we do that? We may be conditioned without realising it by environmental cues. As dog pros, we know what cues are. You only have to take a dog's lead off the hook to be greeted by an excitable dog knowing it's walk time. The cue is getting the lead. The reward is the walk. We might come home from walking the dogs and pop the kettle on, which is the action to make a cup of coffee. The cue is actually arriving home. The action is putting the kettle on and the reward is drinking the coffee. Our phones may ping when a text message comes through, which is our cue to pick up the phone, that's the action, and the reward is to read the message. Look at the cues you give your dog and then look at the cues you give yourself. Interesting, isn't it? Think about the habits you have concerning eating sugar, then have a look at how you would train a dog to change a habit. Replace your sugary snacks with something else and change your routine so that the cue isn't there. Do it slowly, bit by bit, and over time replace each sugary habit with a healthy one and see how you feel. So when you walk through the door after a hard day working with dogs, and it is tough working with dogs, instead of heading for the fridge to pour a glass of wine, head for the bathroom and take a bath. By the time you have finished your bath, you probably won't want that glass of wine because the cue of going to the fridge isn't there. I really hope that's been helpful. Look after yourselves and have a great day with your dogs.